Hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and I've had a lot of people ask me, what's the best class to use? And they're usually people that, maybe just got the game or they haven't played the game a lot and just want some recommendations on what is a good setup to use. And it's really hard to just answer that question if someone just says, what's the best class setup? Because it depends on your play style, it depends what game type you're playing, and really what you're going for. So this first one is maybe a free-for-all or team deathmatch setup. If you're trying to go for getting your score streaks easier, Hardline helps you get your score streaks a lot easier. And I believe this is the setup that I use to get my double dog swarm on domination, which this really isn't the best setup for domination. If you're going to play the objective, I would probably switch out Ghost for Flak Jacket. Anytime you're going to play the objective where you're jumping on flags or going to plant a bomb, anything like that, Flak Jacket is, I would say, the most important perk to have if you're going to be jumping on objectives. But if you're playing a game where the objective is killing other players, uh, Ghost is very helpful because in Team Deathmatch or Free For All, they'll be throwing up more UAVs, and if you want to stay off the radar and be able to get your score streaks, then Ghost and Hardline is going to help you do that the best. And also running Scavenger to replenish my ammo, but if you are the type of player that's not getting your score streaks that much, then I would recommend, like, Scavenger might not help you out the most in that, unless you're using like a lethal, like people hate me for recommending this, but bouncing Betty, then Scavenger's going to replenish your Betty, but or even Claymores, things that are going to get kills for you besides you shooting someone to get them. But toughness is going to help you win gunfights, and usually people, that's the first tier 2 perk that you unlock, so people will equip that first and they'll be doing okay, and then later on, they unlock some other perk, and then they notice that they start losing their gunfights because toughness helps you a lot. It's when someone shoots you and you're shooting at them and you get kind of knocked off your shot and they win the gunfight. Toughness is gonna, you're not gonna flinch at all, and you'll be able to stay on target and finish them off. So another variation of this class would be just fast hands with attack insertion. And I know attack insertion is the last thing that you unlock, but it's one of the most valuable things for me for leveling up, playing hard points or playing headquarters and trying to stay close to the hard point or the headquarters so you can capture it. You're going to win a lot more, even in domination, if you can find a place to tactically insert, like in between two flags, in between B and A, and you'll be able to hold down two flags and help your team win games. So that would be the first piece, the first thing that I unlocked after our prestige. Tactical insertion would be the first thing that I unlocked to have for the whole game, because it's that valuable to me for winning objective game types. And some people call it cheap or cheating, but hey, they have the ability to use them as well. And for kill confirmed, especially on small maps, some people might not like me recommending this as well, but this is my best setup for like kill confirmed on a small map or on Nuketown. This will rape on Nuketown. Maybe one variation that I had, let's see, on Nuketown, I took extreme conditioning off because you really don't have to run that far on Nuketown. And what else? I think Scavenger with a grenade, because you could throw the grenade over the tops of buildings, and maybe switch it up with shock charge. Shock charge or concussion, those kind of go back and forth. I can use either or. flashbang is better for maybe headquarters that are inside. You could flashbang a whole enemy team inside a room and run in, and they're all blind, and take a bunch of them out. Trophy system's also good for holding down the headquarters. I mean, there's so many variations. It really depends on your playstyle, and I really don't use trophy system that much anymore because running Flak Jacket, you die a lot less from explosives. So this is more almost like a benefit of a team. You know, if you're trying to protect people that are on your team that might not be running Flak Jacket, getting an objective, that might help them. The Chi-Com, this I win a lot of gunfights with this, and if you can be accurate and be on target, this is a good run and gun class. I added dexterity and also the quick draw handle, and this thing ADS is pretty quick as it is, and I just find running around with this, I win a lot of gunfights. So I run scavenger with this because the Chi-Com seems to go through ammo pretty quick. And fast mags, I have a habit of reloading maybe way more than I need to because it's just a habit that I picked up. I used to die by not reloading and then go to shoot someone and run out of bullets and then they kill me. So I just got into the habit of reloading almost after every gunfight. And one thing I would say is just if I could change my own habits, I would try to wait at least 3 or 4 seconds until I reload, because a lot of times you'll kill someone and then you immediately reload and someone is like right behind that person and will come in and kill me while I'm reloading. So but if you are a habitual reloader, fast mags I find is better than extended clip. What else is on the assault rifle side of things? The AN-94 is my favorite. It's a lot like the AK-47, and I run fast mags on that. With scavenger, toughness. Toughness is a big one for me with this weapon because there's already a lot of recoil. You could add a foregrip to help with the recoil some. If you're having a hard time staying on your shot. A lot of it is visual recoil though, meaning the gun bounces up and down a lot, but the bullets are still going straight, so as long as you hold on target from where you first aimed, it kind of will stay on target, but the gun will bounce up and down a lot. With the FHJ to take down UAVs and things like that, that's the best for taking down air support. And another assault rifle that is not too bad, and these attachments I actually picked up someone's gun that had these attachments on it, and the gun handled really well. So it's the ACOG sight with the suppressor and with this precision sight, and I like it. I think this is one of my preferred ways to run the Scar H, and the Scar H has really good stopping power, but it seems to run out of ammo pretty quick. So I might even, if I was not running these two, run primary gunfighter and add fast mags to it. So that would be a good Scar H class setup with dexterity. Dexterity helps a lot for me because I'm usually running around the map, and this helps you ADS a lot quicker from sprint, and also on maps where there's a lot of stuff to climb up. Dexterity will help you climb up stuff a lot quicker. But not running tactical mask, that is risky. Always have a class with tactical mask on it that you can switch to, because if someone's running shock charges or throwing a lot of stuns and flashbangs, tactical mask almost completely eliminates all that stuff. So if those things are frustrating you in a game, have a class that you can always switch to that has tactical mask on it. The MSMC is probably one of the most powerful, I would say it is the most powerful SMG class. It runs, I find I have to reload a lot, so I always run fast mags on that, and I have to reload a lot even more than than normal. Like running the PDW, I can usually kill 4 people pretty easily before having to reload, but with the MSMC, it's usually only 2 or 3, and depending on how accurate you are on target. And running a silencer or suppressor, it keeps you off the radar if you're trying to be stealthy. If you're going to run Ghost, you should be running a suppressor, because what's the point of staying off the map with Ghost if you're going to be showing up on the map when you're shooting your gun without a suppressor? So those go hand in hand if you're going to do that. And this is a good just running around slaying type of class, the MSMC. Here is one that is controversial, and whenever people hate a certain class of weapon, like people hate the R870 for a running gun class, and people also hate the FAL with target finder because it is a very overpowered killer, and you'll get a lot of shit for using it. People will say, "Oh my God, noob." But they say that because it is a very effective killer. So you could run Tactical Mask on that too, if you're not going to use a secondary. But I would recommend that if you're not the best Slayer, then you should consider always running a secondary launcher like the FHJ, because you can help your team out the most and get the most points for yourself by whenever you hear enemy UAV or enemy counter UAV or any air support coming in, you being out there to shoot stuff down is going to be really helpful for your team. And I have a class, I did have it set up. I think I switched it when I was going for my small only gameplay. But you could set up a special class just for shooting down air support, which you'd want Blind Eye and Cold Blooded. Those are the main ones. And then run the FHJ on that with Blind Eye and Cold Blooded, and you're not gonna show up to get you'll be able to shoot stuff down without the air support being able to see you. So that, and fast hands, if you're not gonna have a primary on there to shoot stuff down. So fast hands will help you switch to your launcher quicker. And my opinions on the Scorpion: it is a super overpowered killer for like 1 kill if you have extended mags on it, maybe 2 kills, but it has such a high fire rate that you run out of bullets so quick. I've emptied a clip and then been standing with no bullets in my clip, staring at 1 or 2 enemies looking at me, and I'm dead. So if you're gonna run a Scorpion, which is a really effective killer, have a good backup weapon to switch to, which TAC 45, 5.7, some handgun that you can switch to really fast. So that's one thing that I would recommend when running Scorpion, just because it's going to leave you hanging a lot of times when you don't have any bullets in your clip. And running down the assault rifle list, I'd say the AN-94, the FAL is good. A lot of the assault rifles just aren't up to par as far as competing with SMGs. SMGs are the top dogs in the game. My least favorite SMG is the Vector, but some people like it a lot. I have a friend who that's his favorite SMG, but that is my least favorite. The strongest, my favorite is the PDW, with my second favorite being probably MSMC or the Chi-Com. But the Chi-Com's a 3-round burst gun, and a lot of, I'd say, new players to the game are not going to do very well with it. You have to tap fire it really fast, and if you tap fire really fast, it's going to feel like it's full auto, and it can be very lethal, but a lot of people don't like it and say it fucking sucks. So I would recommend the MSMC, the PDW. The MP7 is compared to these other ones, not as good. Although I still like it. I like pretty much all the SMGs except for the Vector myself. So this is kind of, all over the place. I might have confused you more than actually helped you. But I would try the PDW with fast mags, and you can experiment with your own. What you may find that you need to use a reflex to stay on target more. So a reflex sight might be best for you. And as far as score streaks, if you're going to be leveling up, trying to level up fast, UAV, counter UAV, and Guardian is going to do that for you the best. Even if you can get high kill streaks, you're not going to get them all the time because things happen, and you'll die from something, from a bouncing Betty. But as far as getting the most kills in a match, probably K9 or Orbital VSAT K9 Swarm is notorious for that. I've also like running unmanned ones where you don't have to control them. The Warthog sucks. It doesn't get many kills for how high of a kill streak it is. So like running something like Stealth Drop or Escort Drone K9, that leaves you not having to control any kill streaks to get a lot of kills during a game. But the Lodestar, if you get a Lodestar and you're into controlling kill streaks, AGR, Lodestar, these two here get me the most bang for my buck as far as kill streaks that you control. I don't get too many kill streaks with the VTOL compared to how high it is, and Escort Drone's actually really good now. They fixed it. It had issues when the game first came out. Also, if you are going for points and you're really good player and you can get high kill streaks, just running UAV, Orbital VSAT, EMP, that will, if you can get those, they'll go in a constant loop and you'll be getting mad points off that combo. I think that's pretty much it. I could go on with this video for hours recommending stuff. If you have any specific questions in the comments, let me know. But I think I covered the main things that I wanted to cover. Basically, if you're going to play a game that, like TDM or free-for-all, toughness is very important to win gunfights. It's one of the main things that I would like to get across, and Flak Jacket is crucial for objective game types. Alright, I think that is all that I have, and you might see that the secret message that I got in my class setups. As far as shotguns, though, the R870 is so much better than all these other shotguns that there's really no reason to use another one, except for the KSG is almost like a sniper rifle, but you have to be really accurate when aiming it. And I almost never use LMGs because I'm just so slow. I almost never use snipers. Those snipers, I mean, you have to do a lot of practice with a sniper to get good at it, and otherwise it is kind of a novelty weapon when playing objective game types or any game types really. You're going to do better with other weapons the majority of the time than you're going to do with a sniper. And LMGs are really only recommended for people who want to sit in buildings and not move at all, which I would not recommend you doing. Because you move so slow that, I don't know, I can't personally recommend them. It's just not my play style. So, but I eventually am going to have to go through and I'm going to get them all gold. So my feelings may change in the future, but probably not, because I just don't like how slow they make you. And running lightweight will help out, but not that much. Alright, well, before I ramble on for hours and hours on different class setups, I think I'm going to end it here and just let you make some comments. You might have your favorite gun setups, and I might not have mentioned it in this video. You're like, oh my god, like it's shrapnel. You didn't mention the M8A1 with the, I don't know, select fire, which I don't even have unlocked yet because I rarely use assault rifles, but I know a lot of people like the M8A1. I don't do that well with it. I haven't really tried it. Select fire, it might be really good. But generally, I would say SMGs are beasts in the game. So I'm going to end it with that. SMG PDW for the win. Talk to you later. Take it easy.